The prince is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, Windermere, Vladimir, Karl Alexander, Francois Reginald, Lancelot, Herman, Gregory James is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball.
Our daughter's looking dreamy-eyed.
The prince is giving a ball. They say he wants to find a bride. He made the one at the ball.
If only he'd propose to me.
I pray that he'll propose to me.
Why shouldn't he propose to me?
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, son of Her Majesty Queen Constantina, Charlotte Ermitude, Guinevere, Maisie, Marguerite Anne is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
I wish that I were nice and neat. I wish I were demure and sweet. I wish I were a bolder girl.
I wish I were a younger girl. I wish I were an older girl. The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, son of His Majesty King Maximilian, Godfrey Ladislas, Leopold Sidney, Sidney Frederick John is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
Cinderella, come along. Cinderella, the door.
Cinderella, my chair.
Cinderella, my chair.
What about my chair, Cinderella? Cinderella, it's freezing.
Poke the fire, Cinderella.
Really, Cinderella? Cinderella, really?
Now, my daughters, I want to talk to you. Well, not you. I want to talk to my own daughters.
That girl always wants to sit down. No wonder she never gets anything done.
Now, Joy
Yes, ma'am.
and Portia.
Yes, ma'am.
As you well know, my little Muppets, this ball that the prince is giving is for one purpose only.
To choose a bride.
Exactly. And every girl in the kingdom wants to marry the prince, including you two.
Yes, ma'am.
On our shopping tour today, I bought you the most beautiful clothes with all the frill and frou-frou my purse could afford. So whether or not you marry the prince, you'll have to marry somebody this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you must remember, when you want to marry a man, you can't rely on your beauty alone.
No, ma'am.
That does not mean, however, that I want you to neglect your appearance. Our family has always been noted for its beautiful women. So now, let us go and get our beauty sleep. I'm exhausted from all that shopping.
I'm all tired out, too. Going from store to store the way we did. You're tired? Yes, I'm tired. I suppose you think you're the only one that's tired. Well, who bought the most? That has nothing to do with it. That has everything to do with it.
Enough! Go to bed, both of you!
Yes, ma'am.
And you! Don't sit there gaping at me! Make yourself useful!
Yes, ma'am. How can they be so tired, looking at all those beautiful things and buying so many of them? I was too excited to be tired. Oh, I love this room. When they've all gone out, and there's nobody here but me. I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear a command, I obey. I know of a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Norwegian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl, men go mad for love's a game I can play with the cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. I can be whatever I want to be. I'm a slave in Calcutta, I'm a queen in Peru, I'm a mermaid dancing upon the sea. I'm a huntress on an African safari. It's a dangerous type of sport, and yet it's fun. In the night I sally forth to seek my quarry, and I find I forgot to bring my gun. I am lost in the jungle all alone and unarmed when I meet a lioness in her lair. Then I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair.
What do you mean, a fine father you are?
I mean, you never worry about him.
Why should I worry about him?
Because he isn't happy.
Oh, he's happy, all right.
If he's happy, why doesn't he get married?
If he's happy, why should he get married?
Look at your pants.
How have I gained so much weight in 5 years?
Because that's all you've done for 5 years, gained weight. You haven't worn a court costume because we haven't given a ball for 5 years. The royal tailor will have to make you another one.
That'll cost money.
Just wait until you see what this ball is going to cost. Enter.
What?
Ah, the chef. Have you planned the menu for the ball?
Your Majesties, a list of the bare necessities.
A list of the bare necessities for what?
For 1,700 guests.
That seems a lot. Don't have any king crab.
Very well, Your Majesty.
I'd hate to see that written on a menu. King crab. Seems like a comment on my disposition.
1,000 baby lobsters for the salad.
Wow.
And 500 pheasant for the pie.
Aye.
1,000 pounds of caviar.
1,000?
Hush.
It's more than the sturgeon can supply.
I told the steward to get us 40 acres of lettuce and 600 suckling pigs for roasting.
What about the marshmallows?
Who wants marshmallows?
I do.
Why?
For toasting.
Surely you'll need a side of ham and lots of beef fillets, some marbling steaks, a rack of lamb, and veal you raise to braise.
Limburger cheese and gourmandise, Gouda, green and blue.
Chunks of Swiss and barrels, please.
Make sure it's holy, too.
Pudding and pies and rum souffle, succulent chocolate grounds.
And cream puffs we can eat all day.
To gain some royal pounds.
Hello, Father.
Ah, hello, my boy. Christopher, how are you feeling?
Fine, Father.
You're not unhappy or anything, are you?
Why? No, Father.
Aha, just what I thought.
It seems to me, sir, that you look a little tired.
It's true. When I think about that darn ball.
Oh, that. Well, to tell you the truth, sir, that isn't the night I'm looking forward to. Dancing with all those candidates.
Candidates?
Every simpering girl in the kingdom, each one determined to show that she would be the perfect princess for me.
Yes, I know how you feel, my boy, but your mother's got her heart set on this affair.
I know.
So it's best not to let her know how we feel. It would break her heart.
Oh, hello, my dear.
Mother, I was just saying how much I'm looking forward to the ball. It sounds wonderful.
Does it?
Yes, I was just wondering if I could help with any of the preparations.
Well, yes, dear. Maybe you can.
Well, see you later.
Getting a cold? Better take something for it. Wouldn't want to have a red nose at the ball.
I'll be over it by then.
Cinderella, my hat!
My glove, Cinderella. Cinderella, my flower.
Oh, you all look so beautiful.
Yes, we do. Come along, girls.
Have a good time. Oh, I wish.
Fol-de-rol and fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-faddle-dee-faddle. All the wishes in the world are poppycock and twaddle.
Godmother, I'm so glad to see you. I didn't hear you come in.
I just knew I would find you in that same little chair, in the pale pink mist of a foolish dream.
Foolish? What's wrong with dreaming?
Fol-de-rol and fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-faddle-dee-foodle. All the dreamers in the world are dizzy in the noodle.
But isn't every girl wishing and dreaming she were at the ball tonight?
Why aren't you there?
My stepmother, well, somebody has to mind the house.
Do you know what I would do if I were you? I'd leave them. If you want to be a servant, you can go some other place and be paid.
You mean leave my stepfamily? I don't think if Father were alive, he would like that. Why don't you believe in wishes and dreams? That once in a while when something marvelous and magical can happen.
Well, I don't say that I don't believe that. Once in a while, something marvelous and magical can happen. Only thing is, it's dangerous to believe too much.
Why?
You get in the habit of sitting back and expecting things. You've got to help yourself, you know.
I know. I always wind up wishing and dreaming. I suppose that doesn't do any good at all.
Well, I don't say it doesn't do any good at all. As a matter of fact, everything has to start with a wish.
Did you know what I was wishing tonight?
I'm almost afraid to hear.
I was wishing that a pumpkin out of the yard would turn into a great big golden carriage that would take me to the ball.
What were you going to do for horses?
4 white mice would turn into horses.
And were you going to drive them yourself?
Oh no, there would be a coachman. And a footman too. Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Falderall and fiddly-dee.
Yes, Falderall and Fiddle-dee-dee.
It's impossible, I suppose.
Impossible.
If only I had a guardian angel. Or if you, godmother, were a fairy godmother.
Ha ha, good joke. Oh, very funny.
Just the same, I am wishing, in the name of every young girl who wanted to go to a dance and was told she couldn't. I am wishing by some magic, or falderall and fiddly-dee, that I could go to the ball tonight.
Impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And 4 white mice will never be 4 white horses. Such Falderall and fiddle-dee-dee, of course, is impossible. For the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because he's often doing I jobs, keep building up impossible hopes. Impossible things are happening every day. Impossible.
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 Is that true, godmother? That impossible things are happening every day?
Well, yes, in a way, but
But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say.
and because these often doing I jobs keep building up impossible hopes. Impossible things are happening every day.
But, godmother, I don't understand.
And you don't have to. Come on, if you don't hurry, the ball will be over before you get there.
It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Possible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage.
And 4 white mice are easily turned to horses.
Such Falderall and fiddly-dee, of course, is quite possible.
It's possible.
For the world is full of zanies and fools. Don't believe sensible rules.
And won't believe what sensible people say. And because these often doing I jobs keep building up impossible hopes. Impossible things are happening every day.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible. It's possible. Well, have a lovely night.
Aren't you coming with me?
Heavens no. All I can do is give you your wish. How it turns out from here is up to you.
But I'm afraid to go all by myself.
You mustn't be, except for one thing. Do not stay beyond 12 o'clock. See that you are in the coach and off for home before the clock strikes 12.
Why is it so important that I leave before 12?
No more questions. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Impossible.
Things are happening every day.
Exhilarating, isn't it?
I'm afraid our son is having a worse time than I am.
I've lost track of the prince.
He's dancing with joy.
Is he? Oh, that joy. I want a shot at him.
Your Highness, may I say something personal?
Yes.
I think.
You think?
Very nice weather for this time of year.
You really should not be so personal.
But my mother told me to say something personal to you.
Perhaps you should return to your mother for further instructions.
I'm gonna be a lawyer, just like my namesake in Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice. Her name was Portia, too.
Really?
Yep. Someday I'll stand up in the courtroom and say something about how, like, the quality of mercy is not strained. Know what I mean?
I'm afraid I do.
Now the ball's beginning to look better.
I wonder who she is.
You know, seeing him dance with that beautiful creature takes me back
To where?
to when I first danced with you, my darling.
I wonder who she is.
I've never seen that girl before. Well, whoever she is, it's clear he likes her the best.
Why have I never met you before?
Well, I don't get out much.
I have a strange feeling that something had just happened to me, but I don't know what it is.
That's exactly the way I feel.
Do you have any idea what it might be?
No,
Well, let's think back over our history together.
it isn't very long, is it?
10 minutes ago I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling. You gave me the feeling the room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found her, she's an angel with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love I'm flying over mountains and meadows and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again. I have told you how I feel, but you haven't described your feelings.
Well, they are very much the same as yours. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found him, I have found him.
a girl like her, a frail and fluffy beauty? Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a solid girl like me? Little bubble with a flimsy kind of charm, and with very little trouble, I could break her little arm. Oh, oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her? So obviously unusual. Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a usual girl like me? Her cheeks are a pretty shade of pink, but not any pinker than a rose is. Her skin may be delicate and soft, but not any softer than a doe is. Her neck is no whiter than a swan. She's only as dainty as a daisy. She's only as graceful as a bird. So why is a fellow going crazy? Oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her? A girl who's merely lovely. Why can a fellow ever once prefer a girl who's merely me? What's the matter with the man? What's the matter with the man? What's the matter with the man?
The ballroom is too crowded.
It's nicer out here.
Yes, it is.
I really must be going
Why?
because I promised my godmother.
Your godmother will forgive you if you're a little late.
Oh no, she won't. I have a strange kind of godmother.
And you're a strange kind of girl. You haven't told me your name yet.
It's a silly name. You wouldn't like it.
Of course I would. Whatever you are called, it's the most beautiful name in the world.
Midnight? No!
Please, wait!
Chris, are you out here?
I thought I heard someone scream. Christopher?
Son, what happened?
I don't know. We were talking, and suddenly she ran away. I found this glass slipper on the steps. I know it belongs to her. Dad, I've just got to find her.
We will, son. We will.
Sir, may I send the herald through the kingdom in search of her?
Of course.
See that this slipper is tried on every young maiden in the kingdom. Every last one, no matter how unlikely she looks. Keep trying until you find the foot that fits that slipper. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Highness.
Find that girl.
What a night. What a magnificent affair.
Were there many people there?
Oh, I should say, about 5,000.
They must have a very large ballroom at the palace.
About a half-mile long. And what beautiful music for dancing.
Did any of you get to dance with the prince?
I danced about an hour with him.
An hour?
Didn't you?
Well, of course I did if you did.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if the prince were to choose one of my girls to be his bride.
Did you know everyone there?
Nearly everyone, except some girl who arrived late and left early. Probably a princess or something.
Did she dance with the prince?
She was only there a few minutes.
Did you go to sleep right after we left?
I was dreaming of what it must have been like at the ball.
You couldn't possibly imagine what it was like.
Maybe I have more of an imagination than you think. When you're driving through the moonlight on the highway, when you're driving through the moonlight to the dance, you are breathless with the wild anticipation of adventure and excitement and romance. Then at last you see the tower of the palace, silhouetted on the sky above the park. And below them is a row of lighted windows, like a lovely diamond necklace in the dark.
It looks that way, the way you say.
She talks as if she knows.
I do not know. These things are so. I only just suppose. I suppose. Suppose that when you come into the ballroom and the room itself is floating in the air, if you're suddenly confronted by His Highness, you are frozen like a statue on the stair. You're afraid He'll hear the way your heart is beating, and you know you mustn't make the first advance. You are seriously thinking of retreating. Then you seem to hear Him asking you to dance. A lovely night, a lovely night, a finer night you know you'll never see. You meet your prince, a charming prince, as charming as the prince will ever be. The stars in the hazy heaven tremble above you while He is whispering, darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly, but on your lips you keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
A lovely night.
A lovely night.
A finer night you know you'll never see.
You meet your a charming prince,
As charming as a prince will ever be.
the stars in the hazy heaven tremble above you.
While he is whispering, darling, I love you.
You say goodbye, away you fly, but on your lips you keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
Worst nonsense I've ever heard!
The mother?
Enough! Go to your rooms!
It's all Cinderella's fault.
Her trying to imagine what it was like at the ball.
It was nothing like that.
Nothing like it at all.
And you! Clean up this place! It looks like a pig pen!
Yes, stepmother. The stars in the hazy heaven trembling above me danced when He promised always to love me. The day came through, away I flew, but on my lips He left a kiss. All my life I'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
It's my shoe. I know this shoe anywhere. You see? Fits perfectly. Let me try.
It fit me perfectly at the ball. You shrunk it.
Is there anyone else in the house?
No, there was no one else here.
What about Cinderella?
Who's Cinderella?
She's just a sort of chimney sweep and general helper here. There'd be no use trying to slip her on her. She didn't even attend the ball.
I have instructions to try the slipper on everyone, I'll check the rest of the house to make certain there is no one else here.
How dare you go poking your nose in my business?
I thought this was the prince's business. He is the one trying to find the missing girl, isn't he?
But Cinderella.
Well, she's a girl.
Very well. There is no one else here.
What? I mean, I told you so.
I don't understand. Where could she be? Of course, I know.
And you tried the slipper on every young maiden?
Every young maiden that could be found, Your Highness. I'm sorry.
Thank you. You may go. Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, Your Highness. I had no idea anyone else was here.
Wait, you look familiar somehow. Do you work in the palace?
No, Your Highness.
Well, maybe it's just the end of a dream. A dream that didn't come true about a glass slipper that didn't fit anyone.
Oh, Your Highness, you mustn't give up hope.
And even foolish dreams come true?
Oh, yes, Your Highness. If you wish hard enough and believe in what you're wishing, even foolish dreams can come true.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm just a girl from the village. I'd better be going. My stepmother will be wondering where I am.
Your stepmother will forgive you if you're a little late. Will forgive you if you're a little late.
Really, Your Highness, I must go.
At least tell me your name.
Oh, it's a silly name. You wouldn't like it.
Silly name. Wouldn't like it. Stop! Did anyone try the slipper on you?
No, Your Highness.
I have found you, and I still don't know your name.
My name is Cinderella.
Cinderella is the most beautiful name in the world.
It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. It's possible for a plain country pumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And four white mice are easily turned to horses. Such for the royal and fidelity of horses.